What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. I'm back with a recap. I'm done trading for the day. It's 12:08. Session's still going on, so I'm done trading, and that's actually been one of my biggest lessons, or I guess tips of the week, has been know when to trade and know when to step away. If the market does not line up with your overall trading system, do not force trades. Don't be afraid to take a seat. Go enjoy some life outside of the office and just don't force trades. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to always be in the markets and always be around seeing what's happening. Me personally, I only trade when my setups, display clear entry signals. If there's no entry signals and the market's weak, I won't be trading because I don't want to force trades. I don't want to get into setups where it'll show a breakout's on the way and the breakout's weak. I don't want to be involved with that. So on a day like today, the trade war is continuing with the U.S. and China. Um, we just implied another tariff over there. I think it was 25%. Um, so that's why we had a gap down here this morning, and I've been calling this all week. So this is this week's session. This is the daily chart. So as you can see, market was overall. This is the SPY ETF, by the way, S&P 500. So the market's been breaking out of this channel. And I've been calling it all week. I've been telling everybody to watch for this 280 area. You could tell it never got over this 280 area. There's a very tough resistance on some weak volume too. So the SPY started selling off today. That was a clear signal that maybe we won't get any breakouts today. That's fine. Let everything settle. Let the dust settle. We'll get ready for next week with a clear mind. So I always keep an eye on this SPY. This gauges the overall market action. I never go against the overall market trend. If you are a trend or swing trader, you definitely don't want to be fighting the trend because that is just not what you want to be doing. You're not going to get breakouts if the overall market trend is trending down. So you always have to gauge the overall markets. What I like to do is I love Fibonacci retracements. This is how I determine all these hidden levels of resistance area. You underlay these, you can tell right here. Look at this. These candles could not get over the Fibonacci retracement resistance and chart resistance. That's how I predicted the sell-off. So I was expecting a pullback back to this area in the 273 range. If we do want to keep the uptrend, that's what we're looking at, a pullback into this area with some consolidation. But we were breaking out this week, so I had a lot of chart setups, trigger. And I was just going to do a recap for you guys on the winning trades this week that were alerted in my group chat. I do have a free trial on that 1 week, and you get everything you need to do to be an active trader. So I have a day trading watch list, swing trade watch list, penny stocks, large cap, everything I cover. Anything that provides profitable setups, I cover it all. So I'm just gonna run through. I think like 5 charts I wanted to pull up and give a recap on, and how I found these, why they broke out, and where I predicted to exit the stock. So first one of the week, this was on Monday, I believe, NNDM. It had a gap up on news, and the first thing I want to do here is the gap up. Yeah, it was Monday. So what I like to do when these press releases come out in the morning and these stocks have high pre-market volume, I always look at the yearly chart to find any hidden resistance area. This is what I was seeing. This gap right here from about 240. Let me switch this over and get price line. 240 to about 286, and then up to this next resistance area was about 320ish. You can find these candles here. So on the day of the press release, I'll go into that. Here's this action. Um, I actually had a 260 buy alert on this, which was a pre-market high. You can tell these candles couldn't close over 260, so that was a clear resistance heading into the pre-market and throughout the open. So my buy alert was at 260 with a target of, I want to say it was, let me head back to my notes real fast. Yeah, my target was 260 to 285, and then $3 if 285 broke. So we'll walk you through this. 260 clear clear resistance throughout the pre-market. It broke through this candle and then it ran all the way up to $3. $3 is a natural resistance line. That was a lot of sell-off. You know, they were selling off the $3 range. You could tell. Pulled back. Sorry, and you know, it was just riding this EMA throughout. Clear uptrend. Broke out of here. This resistance. You know, to the next resistance line at 335 up here. You know, that was just a pretty clear move. You know, it made its move in the first 15 minutes. It was a quick play right to our design resistance. I wanted the 285, as you can see, I have it marked here. So from 260 to 285. If 285 did break, $3 was the next sell target. It got to the $3 range and sold off as I was expecting. Like I said, $3 is a natural resistance line, so there was a lot of selling coming in at that range, and you could expect a pullback from those areas. So a lot of shorters come up in that area too. So that's why we had the pullback, and then it allowed it to consolidate. These moving averages worked perfectly. They never crossed, never did anything. The slow EMA remained on top, which is a bullish indicator that should hold as support if the stock remains in a bullish state. As you could tell, it did. And then it squeezed up over this 285 range up until another 50 cents to 335. So that was a clear play from 260 to $3. That's a pretty nice buy, pretty nice move. That was a good way to start the week on Monday. Next one I have for you guys is VKTX. This has been another one of those stocks that has been consolidating. It had a big day. This is what I like to call the bull flag. Everybody knows about the bull flag. It's just a flag. You can tell you got the flagpole here on the big day up. Consolidation and then a breakout a few days later when eyes really aren't on the, when eyes really aren't trading this. So the first big day, this is the first green day. A press release came out. Big day. You could tell it had a move from 6:30 all the way up to 10:30. So a $4 move, and then I was watching this on the scanner because it was having trouble closing over this 10:30 mark. You could tell one candle couldn't close. The next day couldn't close. Actually closed below it. Sort of consolidating. Touched here again. Failed to close. Failed to close. Failed to close. And then it squeezes out. So it had to squeeze its way out, and that's where I was setting my buy alert. I had a 10:25 buy alert. On this day, I found it on the scanner, and I was like, if this could break through 1025, we'll see some action come back into this because it is a low float stock. Low float stocks do move fast if volume comes in. The stock has been heavily traded. You could tell down this area. You get the volume. Heavy amounts of volume coming through. So that pushed from 1025 all the way up to. It's still having a green day today. It's still going as we speak at 1279, the high of the day. My target was 1025 to this area, 1075. And that was just in case that volume really didn't come through. I just wanted to have a quick play on it. So from 1025 to 1075, that's a 50-cent move. But we got a whole lot more than that. And you could tell it held this previous resistance as support and is now making its next leg up. So that's been a big winner for us. I traded that on Tuesday, I believe. So from this was the candle I traded. 1025 all the way up to about 1075, which is the sell target. And then, if 1075 broke, you would just find the next resistance. This doesn't have any resistance in the way. It is making all-time highs. If you go to even the 20-year chart, it's making all-time highs. There's no resistance in the way, except for natural resistance at this point. So you're just looking for a clear exit signal. This thing honestly can keep running. I wouldn't be surprised. It's really, taking off now. I'm done trading. I haven't kept an eye on this, but volume is really here today. So that was a great play. Enjoyed that. The next one is CNAT. This was a gap fill. I love these plays. We'll go to the yearly chart. Gap fill from 445 up to about 557, 560. So it was brought to my attention on this day here. So I set an alert, waiting to see if it could come back up and squeeze and break this and head further into the gap. I got the alert at the 485 break. I was saying 445 to about 5 and change. This thing could run. It doesn't have any resistance. If you throw the Fibonacci retracements on here to try and figure out any hidden resistance areas, you could find that these work perfect. I definitely recommend it. I'll have a lesson out for you guys on these and how they work. But you could tell even today they're holding at the Fibonacci resistance area and the gap resistance. So this was a clear play from 484 break up until the next resistance line around the 550 area. So 485 to 550, that is a solid play. Volume came in, you could tell, confirming the breakout down here, and it is just been running, since. So nice breakout here. That was a nice one. Next one we're gonna go over is, what do I have down here? HEAR. This is another one just like VKTX. Bull flag, consolidation. This is actually the same pattern. First green day, consolidation, failure to break over this line, consolidation, squeezed by the moving averages into this area, and we get the pop. So I had a 1950 buy alert on this, break a 1950 to about 21, 22 and change. This is another one of those low float stocks, just like VKTX. This thing ripped right past the 1950 area. You could tell by this candle. Volume confirmed the breakout, and it flew all the way up to highs of 24. So this actually has two bull flags. This could have been traded twice. This one here, which set up breakout consolidation at the 22 area, broke out again to highs of 23. So this was a real killer. I've been having this alerted in the chat room throughout the entire course of the week, and it's just provided great strength and perfect room to the upside, as you can tell, from 19 all the way up to 24. So that was another really popular stock this week, and the gains were nice on that one. This is another beauty I love. This one worked out very nice. This is a clear just chart pattern I found on my scanner of a strong company with pretty solid EPS growth. It just had clear 255 resistance. I saw the same sort of pattern consolidating. I was looking for the break of 255. Got the break of 255 here. And it just ripped. The next chart resistance was around $3, 296 high before it sold off. You could tell by the resistance area how accurate this worked, and now it's selling off here. But quick pop from 255 up to $3 in the matter of 2 days. You could tell the volume down here is confirming it. You just got to look for clear resistance areas. This candle failed to close over 255. This candle failed to also. And you sort of wait for consolidation, clear uptrend, moving averages confirm that, and then it squeezes out of the, this little wedge formation here, and then it pops. So that was another clear play. Great gains. Just keep in mind this was throughout the entire trading week. This is not just from today's action. This is from Monday to now, June 15th. So here's NVIDIA. Large cap. I do trade large caps. This is another clear cup and handle formation. Here's the cup, handle, breakout, squeezed out. You can tell I had a 263.25 buy alert up to 267, which was the high. We got more than we originally expected, so it ran from 263 up to 269. But you can tell clear chart pattern. This has nowhere to go but up. If it does break to the downside, it's going to retrace to the next support. It did not. We had the the overall market was strong, so this stock showed pretty strong action throughout the course of the week. So 223 up in this area, up to new all-time highs at 269. So 6 points in 2 days. That's pretty remarkable action throughout the the overall market. You time these well and you buy in when your entry signals trigger, you could have yourself a great day. But if your entry signals are not there, do not force trades. Let things settle, let your system set up, and then pull the trigger when the time comes. Thankfully, this week we had a ton of plays providing massive gains across the board Monday through Friday on large caps, small caps, just anything you could think of. Everything was moving well this week. So our team capitalized on that. Like I said, I do have a free trial going on. I'll have the link in my bio. I'd love for you guys to check it out. But yeah, I appreciate the support and hope you all have a great weekend and had a very profitable week. So enjoy.